Welcome to Going Deep, the podcast with deep questions and deeper gameplay. My name is Max Got the Tracks, and today on the podcast I have with me.
Hey, I'm Minasia, and I'm currently qualified for Worlds, and I've been like a player in the LOR community for a while. I'm known for like being like one of the younger players. I'm like 18 right now. I was like 16 like when I like got into the community.
You're a Zoomer.
And
You're one of the super Zoomers.
yeah, I am. I'm even younger than Panda.
True. I think Panda's like 19 or 20. I don't remember. But yeah, welcome to the stream, Minasia. To the podcast. The first question, kind of start this one off with everybody, is how did you get into gaming?
Okay, it started when also this is probably relevant. I like topped the seasonal, and I'm running the same lineup I brought to Top Cut.
Yeah.
To the seasonal.
Minasia brought very competitive decks today. So.
Yeah, those are the only decks I had in my clan. Oh yeah, that's absolute cap. I have like, I'm one of those people that constantly need to delete decks to make room for more decks.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
On seasonal days, I always just delete my whole library, other than the 3 decks I have.
But anyway, how did I get into gaming? So I actually started when I was like, a wee young lad. Yeah, like back in my day.
Back in your day, okay, Mr. 18-year-old.
But I think my first exposure to gaming was actually like when my older cousins brought like Smash, and like I played like Melee with them, or like Brawl, like played both. It was either that or like when I played on my cousin's Wii.
Gotcha. That's fun. Smash is lovely. One of my favorite gaming franchises ever, or genres or whatever.
Yeah, no, like I used to like play Smash a good bit. Like I was like,
yeah, we played Smash at Dreamhack. I forgot.
Right, yeah, I'm like pretty good for someone that doesn't like grind tournaments. Like I've been to like tournaments like a few times, but I go like 1-2 in those.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. Next time we meet up, we definitely need to play Smash again.
I'm down. I haven't been playing much lately, but it was a good got back into it with you. So yeah, how you get into game? How'd you get into Legends of Runeterra? That's the next question I usually ask everybody.
Yeah. So I played League. Did you play League?
I never played League.
Okay, so like prior to LOR coming out, I played games like Hearthstone, like League, Duelist, some like digital card games that I never like got competitive into, because like both like because I was young and like the paywall, and I also like played League for like a couple years when like LOR released. So then I found that Runeterra, that Riot was releasing a card game, right, where they're like planning to make it like pretty accessible, where you wouldn't need to like spend a ton of money to like get cards, and I thought that was sick, especially since I played like previous card games before, like Hearthstone and Duelist.
Yeah, that is a very nice thing about LOR. It's pretty cheap. Yeah, cool. So like you said, we did meet at Dreamhack. That was a very cool experience. There you were meeting a lot of your other teammates as well, right? Yeah. The wiggly wombats. Do you want to talk about wombats? The wobbly, wiggly, wobbly, whatever you want to call them?
By the way, like maybe I should like leak this to your viewers, but like, Max, he was recording footage there, but I guess he decided to never upload it.
No. That vlog will get edited one day. One day. I have recordings of that Dreamhack, but I want to keep it like secret archive and then drop it.
Well, it's not secret anymore.
Well, okay, yeah, but once you, Hanzo, Cephalopod, once you're like the goats of the game, then I'm gonna have this pile of footage that's super valuable and everybody's gonna want it.
Oh, I see. Yeah, wait, yeah. That is really sick.
Yeah, I have the long-term strategy. But yeah, it was super cool to meet y'all. Privileged to get to like meet people in person. Do you want to talk about that experience? And like,
fun fact, all right, like it's like Max's viewers. I actually drove Max, and the funniest thing about that I remember was like, like Milk made a joke about me like not driving well or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So I guess I guess I gave Max the need to like whatever I would like decide to like make like a tough turn or whatever, like when I was like stressing about the map, like Max would just like pat my back and be like, "It's okay, Minasia. It's okay. It's
I'm
okay."
like, good job, Minasia.
I
You're
thought that
doing
was so
great.
funny.
Yo, I really thought you were nervous.
No. Oh, like I was fine.
I don't know.
I appreciate the reassurance.
You were acting.
But yeah, that was like really funny.
That was really funny. Other than
The
that,
pizza place with the two was like so good.
oh my god, I forgot about the pizza place, guys. This
this is about to turn into a food stream. So anyway,
Yeah.
the pizza place we went to, it's called like Delicia's, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, imagine like CC's, except it's like bougie and like really good.
Bougie as hell.
Yeah. So they have players like I really said players. Okay,
Bro,
so they have
Minasia,
players, like, walking around
everything you
everyone,
think
like,
of is in like gaming terms. You said on the map, like you're not talking about streets. You said on the map, like.
Wait. Well, no, I was just looking over like Google Maps.
Oh, Google Maps. Okay, fair. Oh my god, yeah, that place was amazing. It was literally like CC's, but like how do you put this? Yeah, just super bougie CC's.
It was like gourmet CC's.
Gourmet CC's, yeah.
Like they bring like the pizzas to you. The pizzas are like very like premium, like unique flavors.
Yeah.
Like very good.
Yeah, that place was sick. Bro, how do I have triple Dead Bloom Wanderers and I'm still at 13 health? I don't.
Dude, Red Gold's broken.
Yeah, it kind of seems broken right now. I agree.
No, fun fact. Like, so I was featured in like one game. This was broadcast.
Yeah.
In that, Monty was like, "Oh, Minasia, like he's pretty experienced with his deck. Like Red Gwen, pretty good." But like that day was actually the first day I played Red Gwen this season.
Oh my god.
But since then, I've actually been jamming on ladder because it's been pretty fun.
It's a really fun deck.
Yeah.
Yeah. I myself found like I probably only played it like 15 or 20 games before seasonal, but it worked really well for me as well. But yeah, so speaking of your seasonal success, one time, well, I guess we can talk more about Dreamhack. You met the wombats there. Who all did we meet? We met Cephalopod, Cameron Hanzo, Grandpa Roji. Who all the wombats? Renrag.
Renrag and Grandpa Roji are not wombats.
Oh yeah.
It was like
they're honorary
wombats. He's in the server. Like, he may or may not be a wombat.
Cephalopod's probably not.
It's really ambiguous, Yeah. Does he want us? Does he not want to be us? And then but Ceph and Milk. Like Milk is like the founder of wombats. Yeah, so that was like really dope to meet them.
Yeah.
And like they like flew from like all across the US. Like,
yeah.
So like we finally met up with each other after like knowing each other for so long, like online.
I mean, y'all like started pretty much with the start of Runeterra, right? So y'all had been like playing in these community tournaments together for a pretty long time.
Personally, yes. Like the team did not start until like a bit later though.
Okay. Like when would that be?
I'd say like after Go Hard season. So.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So like we knew each other from this like community Discord. And basically there's a Brazilian tournament that we wanted to play. And so we just like threw together a team like what 2 days, 1 day before like we need to like before signups were due. And that became the Wombats. Like we didn't know each other back then. Well, we only knew each other loosely, but then we came together like for LBR and then just became like a team from there.
Gotcha. Cool. So
and Cameron, he wasn't always wombats. Like he I think he started playing during like a fellow season. He's like a real LOR zoomer.
Yeah. No, Cameron is. One thing let's pivot a little bit. I think it was probably like a little under a year ago when Thralls was kind of dominating the metagame.
Right. I remember that.
I was on my stream, I was like, guys, Thralls is so bad. I don't know how to play this deck. Every time I play this deck, it feels terrible. And Minasia hits me up. He's like, okay, I'll coach you and teach you how to play this deck. So Minasia coaches me. It goes horribly. He's just
I was so bad at like my thoughts on Thralls were not formalized back then. Like Cameron and I, like, I just had to get Cameron. I'm like, hey, 2 heads are better than 1. Cameron's good at Thralls too, right?
Yeah. It was a mess, but it was really fun. It was great getting to meet y'all and talk to y'all. And I did learn a good amount about how to play the deck. And one of the things I picked up, just not even about thralls, but just from the play session, was that Minasia thinks about the game in a kind of unique way that I wanted to ask him about in this interview. So one of the things he said to me was that whenever you play Runeterra, the easiest way you find to play a deck that you don't know is just think of the most intuitive option and then go from there and think what could go wrong. So I thought that was pretty representative of who you are as a player. While you just blow me out on the board, that's cool.
Yeah.
No big deal.
This deck is broken.
It's broken. No, the fervors are great. So what do you think of that style and like what it says about you?
I don't think I wouldn't necessarily call it a play style.
Yeah.
But like I think it's just a thing that like all like strong players do in general, where like I'm sure you do this as well, where like you like identify like a main line, right? But then like if you like are like really like, looking to like sweat and like you're like playing a tournament or whatever, or like just like hard grind for ladder, like then you like just think a lot about like alternate lines you could take and like how do I get punished first line? Do I need to like take this risk to win, etc. So like it's pretty easy to like, well, I'm not say easy, but like it's like
I mean building that intuition is the hard part.
Yeah.
And it takes a lot of games to figure out like, okay, when I'm in this position, like this is probably what I'm gonna do, but I'll still consider everything else and think about the trade-offs.
Not gonna lie, I thought you were gonna go a different direction when you said
the play style,
the way I think about the game. Because do you want me to comment on that?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so I think like you should think about the game in like turns it takes to kill, rather than just like flat like strength of like board and like HP, right? So like that's like very important for thralls, where you're like a solitary deck, right? So you're constantly thinking about, okay, when am I popping off? When is my opponent popping off? And just like play around that and like win like just try to make it so you pop off before your opponent pops off, and that like helps you determine whether or not you need to like take risks.
Okay. I feel like risk taking is something that a lot of card gamers avoid, especially in a game like Runeterra where there's a little bit less RNG. This is something I've thought about a lot myself, so I'll definitely put some of my own input. Like, would you agree that in like, okay, let's say you're in a bad matchup, right?
Yeah.
And things are, not going great because it's a bad matchup.
Yeah.
So what most people do there is they try to mitigate risks. Or I would argue
in that case you need to play to win.
Exactly.
Right?
Like so this is what I'm getting at. Like most people, they would try to mitigate risks and try to take the safest lines. That way they might have a chance to like squeeze in a win if something goes wrong for their opponent. Where the most natural approach that usually works is taking more risks. That way like you can catch your opponent off guard and maybe get a win, right? So that's another just like intuitive.
That's like a basic rule like of thumb. Yeah. It's just like whenever you're in a good spot, you like play to like not lose, because like you just like try to identify like the few ways you lose and like play around that. But then like when we're behind or like in like a bad matchup, you need to like take risks to like get an edge to try to win.
Yeah. So understanding where you are in that spectrum is always important. Dang. The treasure seeker, you're gonna.
That's like, also another thing I think like players do is that they like focus on like losing to a thing too much. Like for example, like let's say, okay, a classic of this is like if you're playing like a board-based deck, like let's say like scouts versus thralls, right? And like basically people were like way too scared of like Avalanche in that matchup when like and they just like didn't develop enough and put enough pressure to like force an Avalanche, because they're like, oh, if I play this, they Avalanche and I lose. But like if they have that card, it's like better to force it out in like an awkward spot. Like for example on turn 3 when they want to like when they kept like one card, so they have like something, and then they go like pass, they have like Lysandra or like Avalanche on turn 3. And like so if you just like open attack on turn 3, right, they just play Lysandra and then they're chilling, and then they like play Ravine the next turn, and then you have like no pressure, right? Your board gets wiped, and then on turn 5 like when you develop, you get blown out by the avalanche that you're like playing around, right? Whereas if you on turn 3 you like develop, force out an avalanche, right? Then on turn 3, no, then on turn 4, and they have to like play the throw, or they have to like not develop a throw to like ravine. Whereas like, and then that slows down their clock by like so much, right?
So you want to delay them early. So by hyper focusing on the avalanche, you're actually helping them.
It's like all about clock, and also there's like definitely merit to like just like checking them for a card, and if they don't have it, you can like abuse that very well, and just know like they don't have like avalanche in like the next 2 turns unless they like top deck it, right? That's like something that Mo does very well as a player. Whereas like because like I think players do concentrate too much on like trying to like play around everything when like it's not about like losing to like one specific card. It's like, think if they have like this one scare card in their hand, what's the best way to like force it out? Well, what's the best way to like navigate around that? And that can mean
just forcing
like,
it out
force
early.
It out now so they don't have it later, and like because it can have a bigger impact later, or it can just mean like maybe like dancing around it. But you have to think if it has to like dance around it, like does that
win you the game? Where does it put you? I appreciate that explanation. I mean, this definitely just like this in-depth gameplay thought that you always have and like you like to express definitely speaks to like your analytical play style, like how you think about the game. So I appreciate you sharing that. But outside of Runeterra, what do you find yourself doing most often?
So I'm a student right now, right? I got like recently into Fab, so I've been like playing that sometimes.
Flesh and Blood.
And but the rest are just like, you know, typical college student, just like hang, chill with friends, drive to Austin,
hang out, go to video game tournaments, go to aquariums, right?
Sometimes, yeah.
Sometimes.
Sometimes go to parties.
Okay. Minasia at the parties. That's cool.
Yeah, dude, playing while talking about it is like so hard. Like,
oh yeah.
Kudos to you for streaming. Like, if you ever seen a streamer misplay, right? Like they're like very good players, right? That like don't play like well on stream. Like
some of them are good players. Don't include me in that.
No, I'd say you're pretty slow, but like, dude, playing while streaming is like so much harder. Like,
it's an underappreciated challenge that I think most people who come on to Going Deep realize, and they're like, oh shit, this is actually kind of hard. But so yeah, go to parties, you know, your normal college student, hang out, study. You had a test this morning, I heard. Hope that went well. What are you studying, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm studying economics.
Nice.
So like growing up, like, so I'm like Asian parents, right? They wanted me to go into medical, but I'm just like interested in econ, and like I'm like how do I want to go about this? Okay, so there are like a few different reasons why I'm interested in econ rather than like going to medical. So first of all, I'm like interested in econ as like a topic in general, like developmental economics and like behavioral economics. Those are like really interesting to me, and also like it does like give like avenues into business, which is like something I like am like interested in.
Big business, because I know you want to take the wombats and make it into a formal esports team. So yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, like that is like a dream of mine to like one day like have like a startup.
That would be cool. I feel like you'd be good at that. You're well motivated, intelligent, you know.
I'm flattered.
Handsome, you know. No, I'm playing. I feel like all CEOs are just like, okay, that's not what I meant. I was like, wait, it's kind of weird for me to call an 18-year-old handsome. I was like, never mind. But anyways, I was saying most CEOs, they just like look beautiful. I feel like, I mean, that's not true for like Elon Musk and like Mark Zuckerberg, but like the mid-tier CEOs, they like are generally attractive in their photographs and stuff. Because they have to be the image of the company or whatever, I guess. But anyways, yeah, that's cool. What's like a day in your life? Like just go to classes, play some Runeterra?
Yeah, pretty much. Like, the last few weekends I've been like going like road trips with friends.
Oh, that's fun. I mean, those college road trips are very fun.
Yeah, dude. Like 2 weeks ago, like I'm sure you experienced this, but like it's so quintessentially college to like jam like 7 people in like a jeep.
A
Like we had
jeep?
like one person in the back, like a person needs to like sit across like this.
Yeah,
So there's
yeah. 100%. What's happening this game? I don't know what's happening at all.
I don't know either. Like I've just been playing cards.
Let's talk about your seasonal run, considering you're using your seasonal deck, you know? How did it go? You where'd you end up? Top 16?
Top 16.
Top 16, pretty good. Qualified for Worlds, so congrats on that.
Yeah, I was already qualified for Worlds through ladder, but like cause that's how I qualified last season.
Yeah.
But yeah, like so against Sujicon, in my round 1, I was against a counter lineup. It was like a like target Nami lineup. Like
that lineup was
the double rally plus Yasuo, and I was like on like this lineup. So I expected it to like be kind of screwed, right? But you know, Nami Lee is not a fair deck.
No.
So yeah, we got through.
No, it's not. That's why like I respected Sudricon for bringing that lineup, but I was like, Nami's gonna beat you, unfortunately. Like, it's just the inevitability. Yeah, but I respect it nonetheless.
And in top 16, I got out to Wise Guy, who ended up getting second in the tournament, and also like knocked out Majin after me.
Yeah,
so
pretty respectable.
Out of the people get knocked out by like, at least I can claim it was by the seasonal winner.
Yeah.
Well, the seasonal like
runner up. Yeah. Do you feel like this is one of your better tournament performances, or like, I mean, you have like a number of very good achievements in lore. I'm just curious what you think is like your most significant one.
Okay, so I topped this tournament by bringing like double Demacia, like Fiora, Pantheon, Auction Sivir, and the broken deck like Ari. I mean no.
Like Ari, oh my god.
No.
I thought you're supposed to be a zoomer.
Sorry.
You're a lore boomer, but you are a zoomer.
That was season ago, like a few seasons ago.
Yeah.
And traditionally, Strike Demacia, like the decks I brought, has been like my weakest archetype.
Yeah.
But the people I talked to, like some wombats, like we identified that this was like a really good lineup. So I brought it, and like I was just like able to like go outside my comfort zone to like bring like decks I thought were just good. And that got me to top.
Like you said, you didn't play like Red Gwen much before the tournament, so yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying the deck now.
Yeah.
Oh, you run Eye? That makes sense.
Yeah, just try to
like
not die.
Well, yeah, advice you would hear a lot is like just like play decks you're comfortable with, and like for a lot of players, I would like agree with that, right? But I think there does come a point where like just playing decks you're comfortable with, like
becomes a detriment.
Isn't like good enough, because against like
I see.
Like top cost players, right? You need to like both like line up diff them and like instead of just like relying on like outplaying them, right?
Yeah. You have to beat their lineup and beat them as players. So you're saying. So you cannot rely on just decks that you're comfortable with. Sometimes you have to just play the best deck and hope that your skills will carry you.
If you're a good player, like you should be able to like pick up like any deck anyway. Or at least that's like my thoughts.
Within what time frame would you say? Cause like I feel like I can learn a deck in like a day. Honestly, like if I put my head down,
like being able to like learn a deck like is definitely a skill. Like, and like a deck like a day is like, or like a few days is good. Cause I like learned like my Demacia decks like over like 2 or 3 days.
Yeah. This Demacia deck is not the newest one, but
it's some new tools.
It's got like one or two.
One new tool, what others?
Yeah, I was like, it's not really got that many new tools. It's got like a new flavor, maybe. This game is very spicy. I appreciate this one.
Yeah, for sure.
Sholani. So when you like prepare for a tournament with the wombats, is that usually your main group of testing people?
Yeah, or like other people. Yeah. So okay, I have to count. Hold on.
You're
6.
Fine.
I'm pretty sure this isn't lethal.
I hope not. Oh my god.
Talk is worthless. We are what we do. I don't need rules to know good from bad.
Oof.
You look yummy.
Yeah.
You look yummy, Akshan.
I think you're taking this back.
You think so?
Yeah.
Let's go.
But yeah, when I like before tournaments, I usually just like talk to people I know, like pick their brain, like what they think is good, and then I'll like practice those decks, and then also like take into consideration like my own strengths as a player. Like for example, 2 seasons ago, like I was very good at Ari, so I brought Ari.
Fair enough. That's pretty fair logic, I would say. Pretty easy way to go about it.
How many Atrals do you run?
Just one. Actually, do I even play one? Let me double check. I do play one, but yeah, it's been tossed by now.
No, it's like this. I should kill the eye so you don't get the draw. The difference health doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I would have to agree with that. Oh, I might have inted there. We'll see. Nah, I'm good. Let's go. Alright.
Uh-oh. Okay, yeah. Oh, I think I entered this game, yeah. Playing while talking is hard. Oh, I was supposed to like take the 7 and go down to 3 to like play to win. Because I'm like dying to Atro either way.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that damage doesn't really matter. I guess with concerted, or like even use concerted aggressively, I guess. I don't know. I assume that's what you're talking about. You play Combat Cook? What the heck?
Yeah, Combat Cook's broken.
Oh, it's in Demacia, I guess that makes sense, yeah. Why not? But we gotta get back to this interview, Minasia. I got distracted because the game was getting too good.
Yeah, it was getting too spicy.
So, you know, in the pregame of this interview, we were talking on Discord a little bit. You talked to me about how you find lore as a bit of a source of satisfaction.
Yeah, and I think that's like true for like anyone that's yeah, it's good for this game. Like, so I like thought before, right? Like, do I like play lore a lot? Cause I don't know, like, do I feel like mid in other aspects of life?
Oh, okay. So it's like
you know, and like finding lore like is like, you know, it makes me feel good at something. I said no, like you're thinking too much into it. I'm playing lore because like, you know, it's just a fun game, and like, I mean, yeah, like it makes sense. I would want to like get good at it because like I have fun playing it. So
that's fair.
Yeah, like it's not like that deep, but it's just like something that's like crossed my mind before.
I mean, I personally, I've asked this question more broadly just about like why I play games, because you know my history. I played a ton of Pokemon as well.
Right.
There's lots of trading card games, and I think it is just like I'm a competitive person because I had an older sibling. Maybe that's like something that plays into it.
Oh, I'm an older sibling as well.
Oh, I'm saying I had an older sibling.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. She made me competitive. I'm trying to make me keep up with her or whatever. Yeah. How do you feel about that? What is your natural inclination towards games? Like you said, you talked about how you played Smash with your cousin or your brother.
Right.
Or
Yeah. So when I play a game, I like do very much just want to like get good at it.
Yeah.
So like I like, yeah. Whenever I like get interested in like anything in general, I like go like deep into it.
Oh, deep. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. You go
like,
deep into it. Let's go deep in this game 3. That's what I want to do.
Let's go.
Red Gwen, or wait, no, Pink Gwen.
Yeah,
Versus...
That's like something I noticed for like Fab, right? Like, I haven't been like playing Fab for like too long, but I think I'm like pretty good. Like the people I play with say like I'm better than most people at ATS, but like, I like never played a like major tournament before.
Yeah.
Because just because of conflictive like LOR seasonal stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, just like whenever like I like get into something, I do my best to like try to be like very good at it. And like just the feeling of constantly improving and like trying to get better is like something that drives me a lot and like motivates me.
Yeah, I feel like that's I've heard that in previous going deep interviews, that like just form of like, okay, I just want something that I can feel like it's like a form of self-improvement. Yeah. I gotta tell your bird to be quiet real quick. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. So, you know, you never played, do you have aspirations to play Fab tournaments?
Yeah, it's just they haven't been like lining up well, like with, because every time there's been like a big Fab tournament, there's been like a LOR thing or like another obligation I had that wouldn't let me go.
Gotcha. That's fair.
For example, there's like a Fab tournament like in like my area, like a big Fab tournament, like this weekend, and on Saturday I had seasonals.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, but there's still an event on Sunday, right?
Yeah.
So I can just like play that event on Sunday. Then I topped. Yeah, no, like
for some reason they don't want you playing Fab.
Yeah.
Whether it's a higher power or just the RNG gods. They say focus on Runeterra. No. But speaking of focusing on Runeterra, you have a pretty big tournament coming up in the near future.
Really? What's it called?
I don't know. The name is escaping me. It might be like the World Championship or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. How do you feel? This is your second time participating in the qualifier, right?
Right. I'm actually like feeling very hyped for it. So last season, last year, when I qualified for Worlds, I didn't like prep too much for it. I was just like happy just to qualify.
Gotcha.
Cause last year I didn't even know if I was qualifying, right? Like I was like right on the edge of like qualifying or like not qualifying.
Yeah.
So when I got the confirmation email that I was like playing in Worlds qualifiers, like I actually jumped out of my seat like at a Thai restaurant. That was crazy.
Oh shoot, you popped off at the Thai restaurant?
Yeah.
That's hype.
But this season I'm like looking very much like prep for Worlds and like feel prepared, because last year I keep
it's same difference. It's a whole year season.
Yeah.
It's just
last year I was planning on bringing like Aziralia Nami tree.
Yeah.
And then Aziralia got hotfix nerfed, so then I was sad because like I was like pretty good at Aziralia.
Fair enough. I mean, I hate you for saying that.
So then I just like brought double tree and then just like played tree mirrors, and then you know how tree mirrors are, right? There's like Clown Fiesta games.
Did you play any Scorched Earth? That helps. There was some tree variant with Scorched Earth, right? Scorched Earth, yeah. Scorched Earth, I can't talk.
Like
it's just a mess.
Yeah, you just like play out units. Your board doesn't really matter. You just like just jam cards. And I ended up losing to like I went 0-2. And I lost against Nick Mix plays in the tree mirror. So I did not. No, I was fine with it back then, but like I do not want to lose to Nick Mix plays in the tree mirror this season.
Okay. Well, I don't think you'll have to worry. I don't think you'll have to worry about the tree mirror there.
Yeah.
I don't think the tree mirror is gonna haunt you this season, because that card is pretty dead. But I don't know, what's the equivalent to tree this season?
I don't think there are like any like DS decks like tree this year. This season yet.
Yeah. we'll see what the new expansion brings. So this season you're gonna really grind, you know, qualify hard, focus more on prep. That's cool. It's exciting. I will be rooting for you for sure.
Thank you. How do I do this?
Bro, imagine Minasia World Champion. Bro. Oh, I mean, I feel like it's every like card game player who's like relatively competitive dream, right? To achieve. I don't know.
I do think that like to improve as a player. Oh my god! Wait, that's okay. That's so good.
This deck is nuts.
I'm not dead, but yeah. How do I want to do this? I do think that like focusing on results too much is like bad as a player. Because like I think to like get good at like anything in general, instead of like focusing on like results, you should think of like how much have I improved, right? Sorry, I didn't think about this.
I feel like with anything, like just enjoying the process as much as like the end result is very important.
I agree. That's like especially something I see a lot for like laddering. Like how many times have you seen like a streamer just like tilt Q and just like lose all their LP and then like, man, I didn't hit my LP goal today. Like all the times I've laddered and like done well is just like we're going down to 2. I don't think we're going down to 2. We're going down to 2. Yeah, I just like had like fun with the game. Like whenever like I've done well in ladder those seasons, where I got like rank 1 or like got like 7-2 seeding. And so it's like it's a card game, right? So it's like very easy to like blame external factors for like why you lost. And like don't get me wrong, there will definitely be games where you like lose even though you played like perfectly.
I mean whatever perfect maybe.
Yeah, like even though you like played better than your opponent. But like I think for improvement, your first instinct should be like, how could I have played better, rather than like, okay, I lost because my opponent had this draw, right? But like, I mean, were there like other parts of the game that you could have played better that like would have like give you like more of an advantage, or like that's like more likely of a win, rather than just focusing on the like one last point where they like top decked Atro for lethal.
I feel like this is a difficult thing for me, especially with like in terms of lineups. I'll feel like I'll hit a counter lineup in season and be like, well, there's like very little I could do there, and just get frustrated, you know?
Oh yeah, that's like, yeah, that's a big thing. I do think that, yeah, like when you're in that spot, it actually does like, it's actually like detrimental to think that, because like you just like you've already like lost mentally before okay, how do I do this?
I feel like it's just a process of like worrying about what you can control.
I agree.
Do you feel like you're good at that in life? I feel like sometimes I worry too much about things I can't control in life. Solani is ascended. Minasia, I think I might be adding you to the list of victims of the going deep effect, where, you know, I make you talk while you play, and it just ends up not going the way.
That's the real reason why like he has a series. It's not to like gain insight into the community. No, it's so he has like footage in 4K of like him just like beating like player he thinks is good, right? So like one day when like he's trying to find the next world champion, so then he can just have all this footage of like.
Exactly, and also it goes into the same thing. It's like I want this footage of all these players before they're famous, right? And if I have footage of myself beating them, it's like I'm even more of a legend, right?
Yeah,
it's a genius, you know. But seriously, Minasia, what was the question I asked you before that? Fuck.
Yeah, we went in too deep.
We went a little too deep. We got lost in the sauce, and sometimes that happens. Yeah, just excitement for Worlds. I'm hyped to see you compete. As a competitor, what do you feel like your strengths are in terms of that?
My strengths. I think I'm like.
Oh, we were talking about your mindset.
Right.
That's right. Yeah.
Like improvement mindset, like definitely is the reason why I attribute to like quote unquote like getting good, right? Because like I like sought to improve instead of just like blaming RNG, and like I like watch videos, like watch streamers, see what they were doing that I wasn't doing, and then like start like and once I moved past that, I started like still like critically thinking about my games and like what I could have done better, rather than like immediately pointing to like an RNG factor. Like I tilt so much more. Like I don't tilt when I lose to like RNG.
Yeah.
I tilt when I lose to my own misplays.
That's the healthy way to be. That's the healthy way to be. Yeah. I mean, you have to search about why you're tilting on those two, because it's just next time you'll do better. But yeah, I respect that. Well, I think this is kind of wrapping up our interview. Any last words? Anybody you want to give a shout out to? Any last going deep sentiments?
Thanks for having me here today. And
as a zoomer, I feel like you brought out like the jumpiness of my like conversation flow. We went on like a million different tangents.
This was like very like discombobulated.
No, me
like,
too.
I'm sure the other going deeps were like so much more structured, and I like rambled a lot.
No, it's okay. I appreciate it. It was fun.
Flavor, I guess.
It definitely just reflects the person I interview and myself as well. So I appreciate you. This has been Going Deep, the podcast with deep gameplay and deeper questions. My name is Max Got the Tracks, and thank y'all for watching. Goodbye.
All right. See ya.